Most investors think owning great stocks is the best long-term strategy. And most options traders think strategies like the poor man's covered call are too complicated and risky. But both sides are missing the real question. Now, over a 3 to 5 year period in a market with big pullbacks and big rallies, which actually performs better? Owning stocks outright or using an aggressive poor man's covered call strategy? Now, the answer isn't what most people expect. It really depends on volatility and structure. And in this video, I'm breaking down exactly what poor man's covered calls do compared to stock ownership, how both behave in volatile markets, and I'm even going to break down a $100,000 portfolio example using real stocks, and I'm going to add in and show you the adjustments that can drastically improve your poor man's covered call results. And then finally, I'm going to show you a real trade on the trading platform to profit big in 2026. One thing I ask, smash that like button for me down below. It really helps to get the video out to more people, and thank you very much. Also, you're certainly welcome to subscribe down below, and there's a free link to our Discord. Free now, free for life. If you get in now, you can see the trades that I put on each and every day on the platform. There eventually will be a monthly subscription charge, so jump in right now. Pin comment down below. So what actually is a poor man's covered call really? Well, it's not a trade. It's a strategy. Now, instead of buying 100 shares of stock, you buy a deep in the money call option called a LEAPS, and it's typically about a year out. That LEAPS replaces stock ownership, but with less capital, slightly less delta, and much higher capital efficiency. Then against that LEAPS, you sell monthly calls, short-term, 30 to 45 days out to expiration, and roll them before time decay and gamma risk explode. So structurally, the stock ownership gives you the full upside and full downside risk, but no monthly income. And the poor man's covered call, it gives you the monthly income with reduced downside risk, but capped upside. However, I've got a way around that, so stay tuned. The question isn't which is better, it's which works better in different market environments. All right, let's talk about how both strategies actually behave and perform. Now, let's be clear about this. In a strong, clean bull market, owning stock almost always wins. No caps, no rolls, no short gamma. But markets, they just don't move like that. They are volatile and they move up and down. And in volatile markets with sharp pullbacks, violent rallies, and long consolidation phases, poor man's covered calls behave very differently. Stock ownership absorbs every drawdown. Poor man's covered calls harvest volatility and time decay. Poor man's covered calls tend to underperform during melt-ups, outperform during chop and pullbacks, and deliver smoother equity curves. The trade-off is structural. It's not execution error. Right, let's put this together and look at a $100,000 portfolio split amongst some great stocks. Adobe, AMD, ELF, IREN, Nike, and SOFI. All volatile, all great long-term businesses. So strategy one is stock ownership. Now, you invest roughly $16,700 into each stock over 5 years, assuming multiple 25 to 40% drawdowns and several 30 to 60% rallies. The portfolio is going to likely grow to around $170,000 to $185,000. That's roughly an 11 to 13% CAGR, or compound annual growth rate, but with drawdowns approaching 40% or more. Yikes. So overall, pretty good, but big drawdowns. Now, strategy number two is the poor man's covered call. Now, instead, we use deep in the money LEAPS and we roll before 180 days to expiration on those LEAPS. And the short calls that we sell are going to be 30 to 45 days out to expiration. And we roll at the 15 to 20 day to expiration level. Now, capital is deployed usually closer to 50, 60, 70%. So we're not even deploying all the capital because with the risk, we've got to have a little bit of a buffer with the options strategy. Now, over the same 5 years, annual income averages around 13 to 16%, which is good because we're getting that monthly income every month. And drawdowns are closer to 20 to 30%. So less volatile drawdowns from the options strategy. And the ending value is going to be in that 185 to 215 range. So higher adjusted returns, lower emotional pressure, but more moving parts. So poor man's covered calls are a slam dunk, right? Nope. Let's talk about where poor man's covered calls fail. Now, this part matters because poor man's covered calls are short gamma. What is gamma? Well, a measure of the rate of change in an option's delta per 1 point move in the underlying asset's price. So I like to look at it as acceleration, kind of like with a sports car. Now, in strong, sustained, uptrending markets, especially in stocks like AMD and ELF, poor man's covered calls can dramatically underperform owning the stock outright. Why? Because you are selling upside repeatedly month after month. This is why poor man covered call traders feel great most months, but they wonder why during the long bull runs they lag. This isn't a mistake. This is the cost of that monthly income. Okay, let's talk about some adjustments that fix most poor man covered call problems. Now, here's where most poor man's covered call strategies go wrong and exactly how to fix them. Adjustment number one, partial call coverage. You don't need to cover 100% of your leaps. Cover 50 to 70% of them. Leave some upside completely uncapped. This alone dramatically improves performance in bull markets. If the stock price is below my targets, I'll just let it run. And especially if it's trending up with momentum, and I'll continue to see that value of that leaps option just increase, like owning the stock outright. Now, adjustment number two, it's dynamic call aggression. Now, in high vol or high volatility or downtrends, sell closer delta calls. In strong uptrends, sell further out of the money calls or skip them entirely, like I just mentioned. Income is optional, but bad short gamma is not. So we don't have to make complete kill it on the uptrend, but we just don't want to lose everything on that downtrend. So we want to continue to move that short call down and collect that monthly income. And this is the key. This is where we don't want to get hurt. And the upside risk versus the downside risk is much more. Okay, and finally, adjustment number three, it's volatility-based position sizing. So remember, we don't have to use 100% of our capital when trading poor man's covered calls. With options, we can use 60, 70%. We don't have to go all in because they're leveraged. Now, high IV names like IREN should generate that monthly income and not dominate your portfolio and your risk. Poor man's covered calls are portfolio strategies, not single stock trades. So you can have more in stocks like AMD, Google, big stocks that are consistent, are going to perform. ELF I like as well, but stocks like IREN that are a little bit higher volatility, even though it's great for the AI and the build out, they've got long-term capital. I guess my point is you can vary the amount that you invest. You don't have to be equal among all the stocks. All right, guys, here we are on the Tastytrade trading platform and brokerage. My favorite for trading options. There's a link down below. Check it out. There's benefits if you go through my link. Super intuitive platform. We're going to look at AMD and I'll show you how to put on a poor man's covered call. You can see that I've already got one on right now, and I actually just did a deep dive into AMD. I'll put it, you'll see it on the screen at the end of this video, and make sure you watch that one. So with AMD, let's take a look at the chart. So this is a 1-year chart, And you can see I've got it set up here on Tastytrade with the green line is the 50-day moving average and the red line is the 200-day. And then I've got the Bollinger Bands in white. So we're down at the lower end of the Bollinger Band and it's trending up. So perfect setup for a poor man's covered call. Now, this Bollinger Band being at the lower end means that it's oversold. Now, we also want to check out the fundamentals. We always want to pick a stock that has strong fundamentals, and definitely AMD does. If you look at their income statement here, you can see it's increasing revenue and net income, while the balance sheet is super strong with assets increasing year over year, quarter over quarter. And we can look at the ratios, 49% gross margin as well. So let's go back to the trade page here. So we're going to be on the trade page, and you can see the option chains. And I'm on the regular monthly options. Now, for Leaps, we're going to go out about a year. So we'll go out here to the 342 days to expiration, January 2027. I've already got one on here. And just put it on last week. We're going to go in the money. I like to go around the 65 delta or deeper in the money. Let's go right here. We're at 208, so I'm going to go to the 200. I like that. And we're going to click on the calls are on the left, puts are on the right. So call, and we're going to buy it. So boom, right here, 52. Now you can see the mid price is 51.35. Now just like owning stock, if we go to the curve mode here and analysis, you can see as the stock price goes up, we make money just like owning 100 shares of stock outright. So if we get up, above the 300, if we get up to 330 here, we make $7,450. Now our price that we're paying for this is $51.35. So one contract controls 100 shares of stock. So multiplied by 100, that's 5,135. But if we were going to buy AMD outright, 100 shares, it would be 208 times 100 or $20,830. So much more capital efficient, much less money to control that same 100 shares with the poor man's covered call and the Leaps option. So we're going to close this up and we're going to sell that monthly call against it now and collect that monthly income. So close this up. We're going to go out to March, 41 days to expiration. I like to go between 30 and 45 days. We'll open that up. And now we're going to sell the call. So same side calls, but we're going to sell a call. Now we can go out to the 34 delta and collect $7.75 or $775. Or we can go to the 26 delta. 26 delta gives us a 74. You subtract it from 74% of staying under that 240 price. But that's a big move from 208. If we go back here and look, 208 where we're at now, that gives us all the way up here to 240. And we make money on the Leaps all the way up to there. And as long as it stays under there, we keep that monthly income at the end of the month. So I actually like that 240. Now watch, when I click on this, it's going to subtract. It's going to put that 545 directly in our account when we sell it. But it's because we're buying the Leaps option, it's going to subtract it from this 51.35 and bring down our cost. So 240, boom. Now we're at $45.85. And if we collect $500 every month, we pay this off in 9 months. So less than a year. And then we control 100 shares of stock for free. So from here, we just hit review and send and place the trade. All right, guys, this isn't about whether poor man's covered calls are better than just owning stocks outright. In volatile-driven markets, poor man's covered calls can drastically outperform owning stocks outright, especially if you make those adjustments. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like buying stocks and owning them outright or utilizing options? All right, guys, remember to smash that like button down below, subscribe, and join the free Discord linked in the pinned comment down below. You'll see all my trades that I put on each week. It's free right now, free for life if you get in now, and there will be a monthly subscription charge coming up. So do it right now in that pinned comment. Now you can see all the trades that I put on each week. We all share within our like-minded community trades as well. And then here's where others have shared their trades. And then we've got a chat where we can talk about companies and stock trades. And then there's even a stock option question section where you can put in your questions and I answer them pretty immediately, usually same day, worst case next day, but you'll get answers, so it's kind of like free coaching. All right, if you like this video, be sure and watch this next one.